Good morning, afternoon, or evening, dear yogis. Welcome here to our Echo Yoga. And I am Echo. You can tell that it is the morning and I'm still waking. So today's practice, as the sun filters into my home here in Guatemala, is on decision making. It's on the Gallbladder Meridian. And so if none of you have worked with the Gallbladder Meridian before, this is completely fine. If you haven't even heard the word, this is completely fine. And just know that the gallbladder within traditional Chinese medicine is the decision maker and makes a lot of decisions and judgment for the imperial system in the body of all the different organs. And the Gallbladder Meridian runs up the outside of the legs, outside of the body. So when we come to the physical, this is seen in our lateral stretches in the physical practice. And so today's practice, being inspired by the Gallbladder Meridian and decision-making, comes from the dysfunction that happens in our physical lives and in our mental lives when we don't make choices, when we allow life to make choices for us, when we allow other people to make choices for us. And we might think that we're going with the flow and that we are aiming to please. But what happens when we don't make decisions is we run the risk of having really poor boundaries and having really poor systems in place to care for our needs. And we might not even know what our needs are if we're not really good at making decisions, because we get so used to other people making those decisions for us, whether it's our lovers, our partners, our collaborators, our coworkers, our children. We kind of just flow with life in a way that is indecisive. And it might seem like we're easygoing, but it also could be, if we really tune into it, poor boundaries. And those of us with poor boundaries might find out in our bodies there's a lot of stuck energy because we're not making decisions in the Gallbladder Meridian, because the gallbladder is in charge of making decisions for the whole body. Our internal world might start to mimic the external world, meaning we might get digestion issues, we might get headaches, we might get migraines, because internally the body's kind of in chaos. It doesn't know who's leading. So I hope for you today that this little nugget, and as you bring this into the physical practice and into the asana practice, that you reflect on how you're showing up in your life and how you're showing up for yourself. And if you are one of those people that is having a difficult time making decisions, making a choice in every posture, starting on the yoga mat, each posture that I give today, each breath, you ask yourself, what can I do to make this more for me? And maybe it's going a little bit deeper. Maybe it's coming out a little bit. Maybe it's modifying or switching things up a bit. But start making choices for yourself instead of being so influenced by the world. We're so influenced by movies, by books, by pop culture, by television, by the news that we see. It's important that we just turn everything off and that we go inward in these practices and we ask, what is it that I want? What is it that I choose? And maybe we notice that we haven't made any choices in our life for a really long time. And do your best to not go into a shame spiral with that, but just like, all right, I get to make my choices now. This is my life. So what will I choose? So that being said, let's go ahead and start sitting Sukhasana, easy seat. Relax the forehead, relax the muscles around the jawbone, part the lips, relax the shoulders and the chest, and let the breath come deeply from the belly up through the diaphragm across the heart space. Let's take an inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, hands to the back of the head, clasp the hands, open the heart. Shoulders down the back. Nice big heart opening here first as we begin our practice. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Bowing head in towards heart. Intention for your practice. Doing our best if the mind begins to run and we go into all the places where we haven't made choices or we could have. Just compassion. It's not about what I didn't do before, but what can I do right now? Let us begin. Bring the hands down to the knees. Slowly open the eyes. And we're going to come onto the right heel. So you're going to bend the right knee. Place the right heel underneath the seat. Bend the left knee and place the left foot down beside you. It's kind of like you're just hanging out in a little stance here. So straight away, we're going to get into the right side. So you're going to bring the left arm to the inside of the left knee and kind of pushing out. You might have to bring the left foot in, depending on this twist. So you're going to bring the right arm over the left, palms together as if you're in Garudasana. And we're just going to let the head lean towards the left and look down. Plug the right hip down and lean into the left knee. You'll feel a bit of a stretch in the right side of the body. You can turn the head up towards the ceiling. You might feel this across the deltoid, into the triceps on the right arm as well. So we're just really getting into the right gallbladder meridian right off the bat. So that meridian of energy runs along the entire right side of the body, right down to the outside of the right big toe. Slowly unwind. Bring the left hand to the inside of the right knee, left hand to the inside of the left knee. Twist the right arm up, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. You can bring the right hand behind the head, left fingers down to the earth, and just open the chest. And bring the right fingertips down to the ground and roll down onto the earth with the glutes. So come off the right heel, let the left knee drop down, and let's just twist to the right side. Come onto the right fingertips behind you as you twist to the right or onto the right palm. You can kind of crawl the hands a little bit forward and bend the elbows. You'll feel this twist now on the left side of the body. Or wringing out the belly a little bit as well. And again, how can you make choices in each posture, each breath, to show up in a way that serves you the most? Let's come back through center and we switch sides. So bend the left knee, place the right foot on the ground, bring the left heel right underneath the left glute. Beautiful. Right arm to the inside of the right knee. We're going to place the left arm on top of the right. Eagle the arms, palms together. And looking down towards the ground. Feel this along the left side of the body. Sink into the right knee, so sinking in a little bit more forward. Not one of our traditional yoga postures, getting a little bit creative. Using a bit of gate pose and eagle together to get more into the side bodies. And so know as well in these non-traditional postures, your yoga practice is all about exploring. So create shapes, modify, especially when we're making decisions. Get creative. Someone once told me, and I can't remember exactly the quote, but a problem left unsolved is just an inability to get more creative. And I do feel this, like any problem or challenge that comes up, if we can't solve it, we just haven't gotten creative enough yet. It's the same in your postures, get creative. Let's open up. Right arm stays to the inside of the right knee, left arm stretching up. And you can bring the right fingers down to the ground, left arm stretching up and over to the right just a little bit. And maybe you want to bring the left hand to the back of the head, open to the left side body a bit more. It is so windy here in Guatemala today. Mucho viento, mucho viento. You can hear it right outside the windows. Bring the left hand down. Come off the left heel. Place the right knee down as well. And we're going to twist to the left. And you don't need to jam yourself any further than your body naturally wants to go. You can stay on the fingertips or on the palm. And walk the hands a little bit more forward as you twist and bend the elbows a bit so that you can get a little bit deeper and really feel that in the right side. Just come back to center. Beautiful. So let's come on to tabletop position. I have a little sip of my tea first. It's a good decision for me to make this morning. I've got wild apple and cinnamon. And so come into tabletop position. We move through some rounds of cat and cow. So inhale. Bring the belly down, chest forward, open the heart space. Exhale, bend the elbows round the spine like a snake. Bring chin to chest last. Inhale, belly drops, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, let the head come out last. Exhale, slowly round the spine, chin to chest. Pause here. So like a cat, rounding the upper back, getting in between the shoulder blades. And come back to neutral. Tuck the toes under, press back and up, downward facing dog. Palms pressing into the earth. Heels down, slight bend in the knees. Let the head hang heavy. So we're going to get a little bit more creative and wiggly here to get into the side body. So bend the knees. You might bring the feet a little bit closer together. Bend the knees. Lean the hips over towards the right as you bend the knees. And maybe even the left arm reaches up and stretches forward so we get a little bit dance-like. And then place the left hand down. Drop the hips over to the left. Bend the knees deeply. Reach the right arm forward. Get nice and long through the right side. And just begin to move back and forth in your own way. Can we even bring the hips closer towards the heels? Back to the regular down-facing dog. Move to the other side. And this is just a place to get creative. What does your body desire today? Let's take 2 more rounds, completing on each side. Beautiful. Let's come back to center and slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Take your time. As you come forward, bend the knees. Take a hold of opposite elbows and ragdoll here. Let the body hang, the upper body. And we get nice and long through the back line. And it's a beautiful example here. You know, we're not going specifically into the side body at this moment, but we are. You know, even when we focus on one meridian or one plane of the physical body, it affects all others. So as we open up the back line here, by just letting gravity do the work and folding over ourselves, we create more space throughout the entire physical system, which will affect the lateral line. So the same when we get stuck in indecision or stuck in the gallbladder or the side body, we get stuck everywhere else. So it's important that we make decisions. Hands to the earth. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins, flat back. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to standing, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Hands alongside the body. So we're going to turn to face the side of the mat. And we're going to get a little bit creative here in our movements. We're going to make some circles. So make sure your feet aren't too wide, but they're wide enough. And you might need to change that in a moment. Knees are bent. And let's just give a little bounce first. Move from side to side. Flick the hands. And shaking is good always for every practice, just to shake any energy out of the body, especially in the morning when waking up, in the evening when we've been out all day and affected by the world. And you can stop. So let's take an inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, lean to the left as you bend the left knee. Circle all the way down to the ground. Come through center of the hands, sweep the ground. And the right knee, reach up. And back through center to the left, waving the arms down through center all the way up. And down to the left. Now get expressive with the arms. Do whatever feels good for you. Maybe one arm wants to take the lead and you want to open the arms at the top. When it feels good, reverse. And again, there's no right and wrong. Just do what feels good in the body. We're getting into the lateral sides. Last round. And fold back down to center. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width distance. Take a hold of opposite elbows again for a moment. Let the head hang. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, press all the way up to standing. Let's step forward towards the front of the mat once again. And just come into a standing position. Feet grounded, chest open, hands alongside the body. Take an inhale, reach up. Come onto the tiptoes and exhale, dive forward, chest coming forward, parallel with the ground. And then all the way down, stay on the tiptoes, fold in, bend the knees, and come down to a seat. Let's stretch the legs forward, Paschimottanasana. So on the ground, forward fold, take an inhale. And exhale, slowly fold a little bit forward, but bring the right hand to the outside of the left foot and open to the left a bit here. You can wrap the left arm around the lower back, maybe into the crease of the right thigh. Open the chest. And slowly come back through center, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale, lower down, left hand to the outside of the right foot. Right hand wrapping to the inside of the left thigh. Fold in. And slowly coming back up. Take an inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands down to the earth. Cross the ankles, easy seat. Inhale, reach. And exhale, twist to the right. Right hand down behind you, left hand on the right knee. The light in the morning here is just so beautiful. Everything is dancing around me. Let's take an inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, lean towards the left, bring the right arm overhead as the left hand stays on the right knee. Really getting into the right side body, plug the right hip down. And then slowly coming forward with the right hand on top of the left knee. Let's just fold in and press into the knees.
rounding the upper back. So there's this pressure from the hands into the opposite knees, rounding up the upper back, lengthening. Take an inhale, cross the elbows, open the heart space. And let's do the other side. Twisting to the left. Bring the left arm up overhead, leaning over towards the right. Very slowly, left arm comes down, left hand down to the right knee. Press in to the knees, rounding the upper back, folding in. Crossing the elbows, opening the heart space, lifting, opening. And slowly letting the hands come down. Shut the eyes. Final easy seat, sitting up nice and tall. You can let out a sigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. And bowing head to heart. May we each find more ease in making decisions and choices for ourselves. Slowly, 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 we become more discerning. Namaste.